Hello everyone. Uh, Welcome to SCG section. And this section will be very special because we deliver it into a podcast. And yeah, we have a special guest. His name is Eric. Eric, maybe you could like introduce yourself about who you are and what your background is.
Okay, hello everybody. Thank you, Yudit. My name is Frederick Arthur. You may call me Eric. I'm currently a graduate student of Geophysical Engineering at Bandung Institute of Technology. Sorry, what was your question again?
What your background is?
My background is I am a graduate student of Geophysical Engineering, and I think that's it.
I heard that were a former of vice president of SCG IDBSC. Is it true?
Yes, it is true. I was the vice president during the 2020 until 2021 period, if I'm not mistaken. My duty was mostly to help the president to run SCG as it. I think that's all from now.
Wow, that was so interesting. I think. Okay. Have you ever joined an organization? What was your position in your organization? Is vice president of SCG DBIC, right?
Yes.
And as long as you did your job, how did you build your team, by the way?
To be exact, I did not choose my team alone. My president and I, we decided to discuss about who fit the job most. Maksudnya adalah ketika kita, when we were going to recruit, we list few names. I forgot it to be exact how many names. Terus we made the pro and cons of the strength and weakness of each candidate, and then we chose who fits the most. Basically, the most important thing when I built my team was there were 3 points. Yang pertama adalah his or her background. The second was, were we comfortable enough to work with him or her? And then the third one was, did we think that he or she could do the task or the job that we were going to give him or her? That were the main 3 points that we considered in choosing our team.
Okay. The next question I want to ask about, is it important if the person you choose have experience on that position?
It is important because basically the job that she is or he was going to do was the job that we wanted him or her have ever done before. Because when you already had the experience, when you already have the experience, we believe that you could do your work well without any hardship or any troubles coming in. Jadi sebenarnya kenapa pengalaman itu penting? Karena pada dasarnya kamu akan lebih matang. You will be more mature than you have ever before. Ketika kamu dihadapi oleh sebuah rintangan, you already know what you have to do. You already know who you are going to ask, and etc. things like that. So if the question is it important or not? It is important. Exactly, very important gitu.
Okay.
Ini kita santai aja kan, ini kan podcast kan?
Yeah, that's right. What will you do if the person whom you offer the position reject the job?
What will I do? Yeah, actually the people that work with me in this context, meaning in the SDG, were not all my first option. Few rejected my offer, and then the first thing that I did was to hear what their reason was. Setiap orang pasti punya alasan untuk mereka menolak kita. So you atau whoever is listening to this, if you're a leader, please do hear what their reasons are. Please do listen. In my personal opinion, when you listen to their voices, when you listen to their opinions, they will feel appreciated. They will feel valued by you. And then I believe when you have heard the whole story, you will understand why they reject you. And then if you think that you can help them through that problems, you can help them through the troubles, you may approach them again. What I did was I re-approached those people, asked them once again, do you want to join my team or not? Because I can help you, blah 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 blah. when you offered your solution, and then if they still rejected you, then there's nothing that you can do anymore. Just
Okay.
accept the fact that they do not want to work with you, and you have to find another talent or another person to fill in that role.
Okay.
That is.
So the key is approaching, right?
Yes, of
But
course.
if the people reject your job, okay, just look for somebody else. Right?
Yes, and the most important thing is that you cannot have a hard feeling for them.
Yeah, I know.
That's it. That is because you have to distinguish between business or not business, between professional work and your personal relation with them.
Okay.
Gitu.
And this is the last question to close this section, I think. Is there any tip or trick from you to build a dream team, I think?
Okay, sebenarnya before I answer the question, there are some things that I want to clarify here.
Okay, it's okay.
For me, a
Uh-huh.
dream team is not the one that you build.
Okay.
The one that is built with you.
Why?
You have to work it through.
Oh,
Because at the first place, no group ever in my experience was the dream team as they are right now. Maksudnya adalah nggak mungkin ketika kamu ngerekrut orang atau kamu nyari orang buat gabung sama tim kamu udah langsung jadi dream team. That's impossible. I believe there will be hardships, there will be troubles, there will be problems, and all of you and your team, not only you, have to face them. Because through hardships baru bisa terbangun dream team. Kayak gitu sebenarnya. Jadi nggak ujuk-ujuk, oh nih aku rekrut kamu, kita oke nih dream team nih. Enggak, pasti akan ada masalah, akan ada apalagi ya biasanya ada cekcok dulu. The phase is after you recruit someone or a group, you will face a phase where everybody is having I wouldn't call it a problem, but I would say it as a beef, personal beef with each other. Dan ketika beef itu udah diselesaikan, barulah kalian bisa jadi dream team, dan barulah kalian bisa menjadi tim yang kalian impikan, that you are dreaming about to work with. Gitu sih sebenarnya. Jadi dream team itu yang pertama nggak direkrut tapi dibangun bersama. And then any tips or tricks adalah you have to realize, you have to acknowledge each other's strengths and weaknesses. Humans love when they are appreciated. Then how do we appreciate human? By acknowledging their strengths. But humans, in the other hand, hates to be feel undervalued. Mereka tuh benci untuk merasa tidak dihargai. And how do you do that to someone? Gimana caranya kamu bisa melakukan itu ke orang? Adalah biasanya dengan kamu when you point out what their weaknesses are. When you know others people weakness, ya udah. The first thing that you have to do is not to tell it in their face. Mereka juga pasti tahu kok. I believe they know what their weaknesses are. Tapi menurutku yang terbaik untuk kamu lakukan adalah you find out how you could cover for their weaknesses, as they should find out how they could cover for your weaknesses. Gitu. Jadi gimana caranya kalian bisa saling cover? Itu satu. You have to acknowledge each other's strengths and weaknesses. Yang kedua, troubles are made to be solved. Jangan ketika ada masalah sedikit langsung bubar. Jangan. Karena apa ya? Menurutku in every organization, in every relationships, there will be hardships, as I said before ya. And the best thing to do is not to bukan berantem, bukan bubar. Berantem okay. I think it's normal to fight with each other. But at the end of the day, you have to forgive each other and you have to move on. Karena menurutku dengan kalian melewati masalah itu adalah you get to know each other better, and then each one of you gets to know how to deal with one another. Because when you have way with one another, I believe that there is no job in this world that you cannot do together. Gitu. Terus yang terakhir adalah dalam konteks organisasi ya, selalu bilang terima kasih, always say thank you, always say forgive, and always say help. Itu 3 poin yang menurutku kadang suka luput di orang karena merasa udah deket. When you feel personal atau when you feel close to one another, sometimes you forget to say those 3 magical words, if I may say. Jadi kayak menurutku itu tetap harus ada, karena baik lagi tadi my previous statement, premis sebelumnya adalah setiap orang itu, setiap manusia itu senang merasa dihargai. Jadi dan setiap orang itu nggak senang disuruh-suruh atau merasa undervalue. Makanya setiap kali kamu minta, when you seek out for another people, don't forget to say help. And then when another people do a good when another people help you, don't forget to say thanks. And the last, when you make mistakes, say sorry. I think that's all from me for the tips and tricks. Another question for me?
I think that's all, and it's answer the question, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, I think like I want to like summarize by what you were saying. The point is like first is help, and then forgive, and the last one is thank you.
Yes, betul. Itu 3 poin yang perlu teman-teman siapa whoever listening to this podcast has to remember. Gitu. Okay.
Okay, thank you Eric for
Thank you, Dit, for the opportunity.
Yeah.